So welcome folks, this is Vivek. I am presenting this CellStrat Hub introduction, which is a new online programming cloud platform. It basically allows you to do Python, R or Spark programming on our cloud platform. And basically once you log in here, create a free account, you get a free tier, but you can choose to upgrade to alpha or beta tiers, which offer you higher level configuration. And at the beginning of the month, it resets your monthly credit hours quota to 0. Since today is first of the month, it has reset my credit hours to 0. And once you come here, you will see start instance button. So you have to start the notebook instance. So once I clicked on that, in 2 minutes, it shows as pending, and now it is in service. I can choose to stop the instance. If I don't stop it, it will time out in 60 minutes automatically to save on my credit hours, right? And then once it has started, so you already saw the upgrade. You can buy upgrade packs, alpha beta pack, which come with higher level configuration and more credit hours or cloud hours. So once I am here, I can click on Jupyter Notebook. Of course, you can do the profile and other things here. So let's see, this has change password and personal details. So once this has started, I can click on Jupyter Notebook, and it is going to our online hosted notebook environment. Is basically a wrapper for Amazon Cloud SageMaker Notebook. So it looks just like a usual Jupyter Notebook we would have installed locally and all that. And you can upload your notebooks here. So from my local hard disk, I can upload my notebooks here by clicking on upload. I can start new notebooks. I can use any of these kernels. So this environment offers Python, R, Spark, PySpark, MXNet, TensorFlow, PyTorch, kernels. So I typically use Python 3 kernel because I'm doing Python 3 programming. So you can switch between these kernels and get that environment. So there are a lot of preloaded. So Amazon has preloaded lot of projects here, which you can find. Right. So Amazon has given a lot of a large amount of preloaded notebooks, in fact, here. So we will also be adding more notebooks. So we'll be adding more notebooks over time, like a full RL pack, AGI pack, NLP pack. So we are also working on those, adding those additional extension packs, right? There are quite a few ready-made projects here which you can utilize. And so this is showing so it's basically deploying Anaconda on Amazon EC2. So it shows me the Anaconda installed on Amazon EC2. Okay. So I can create a new environment. I can create any environment here if I want, just like you can create in Anaconda. Right. So a more sophisticated version of this interface is available in Jupyter Lab. So I can click on Open Jupyter Lab. And so Jupyter Lab is another way of doing Jupyter Notebooks. It's from Jupyter Notebook company only. So from Notebook, I'm jumping to Jupyter Lab environment, and this is what I see. So I can swap back and forth. I can launch classic notebook interface again if that's the one I want. And I can upload my notebooks and open them and start running them, the way I've seen in typical Jupyter Notebook. Let's see. So it opens my linear regression program. and I can run it the way I normally run it from here, right? So I can run my normal notebook environment for here. So this is a classic interface, but and of course I see the Anaconda kernel. I'm using Python 3 kernel here, right? I'm using Python 3 kernel. So I had shown you how to jump from classic notebook interface to Jupyter Lab. So once I do that, I see this kind of interface, right? And here also I see all those notebooks we were seeing in the classic interface. And here also you can see all the notebooks I had uploaded. You can upload notebooks here also using this upload button from your local hard drive. And this creates a folder. This creates a new launcher. So what is a launcher? It is just a start. You can pick any of these kernels and create a new notebook. Let's say I wanted to pick TensorFlow 2. So I will create a TensorFlow Python 3. TensorFlow Python 3. So I'll click on that. It will create a kernel, TensorFlow Python 3. I can click on it and change the kernel if I want. So all these kernels are available. So kernel is the runtime environment, whether you want basic Python 3, Python 2, you want MXNet or PyTorch, right? Or Spark, etc. So here also I can open my code. So I open the code. It looks like Jupyter Notebook interface again. And I can choose to run it just the normal way. So I'm running linear regression program. So the black dot indicates it's busy. You can see here it's running first cell, installing a certain library. So you can do exclamation mark and call shell commands here, right? So you can do shell commands here. Now it has run the linear regression program and it does a line fit as usual. Let's say I wanted to, so I'll add a cell here. So I can run shell commands here, checking what is on the current folder. So it shows me, so you can typical Linux shell commands here using the exclamation mark. Current working directory. What is the command for present working directory? PWD. Can anybody tell me? I forgot. Yeah, it is PWD. Okay, present working directory. Right. So, so basically, you can run shell commands here, and using exclamation mark, and then you can run your Jupyter notebooks. And here I have created a folder for logistic regression. So I go inside that. So I can create folder using this new folder command, right? And run it, organize my code. Here are the preloaded projects from SageMaker, which are available here, which are lots of them. So there are some various other configurations. So this also has a Git function. So this is not GitHub. So this is a Git inside SageMaker. So we are planning to provide some packs like NLP pack, RL pack, so that they will be provided via a Git repository here. So it has the usual Git functionality here. You can create Git repositories for managing your code. And yeah. Okay, so I can go to the root folder, and there is a command line interface also available here. So you can save your notebook as, various options here which are shown. There is also save notebook as, Okay, usual Jupyter functions which we are used to. So by the way, there is a command line option, so you can start a new console. Let's say I want to start a new Python 3 console, so I can run usual Python commands here. So I started a Python interactive console, right? Shift enter, so it starts a Python editor. So this is a console interface. You can also start a new notebook or text file. Let's say I want to do terminal interface. So this gives me a shell area, right? Again, I can run a normal Linux command, right? So I can cd to SageMaker. So I can do things here as well in the normal way. Okay. So as I said, I started. Where did I start? I started from. For some of you who joined later, so I started from here. You can create a free account on cellstrathub.com. It's simply a simple URL, cellstrathub.com. And once you create a free account here, you'll get a free tier here. You can choose to upgrade if you want to alpha beta tiers, which come with higher level configuration. Free tier has 8 GB of persistent storage on EC2, and it has 15 hours of cloud credits every month. And today is 1st of May, so it had reset my quota. So now I use 12 minutes while I've been at it, so it's counting by the minute, right? And I have 30 hours to go in the month of May. So I'm on alpha tier, which is higher level tier than free tier, and I have 25 GB of storage available. So I've started. Once you come here first time, you would see a start instance. You start that. In free tier, it can take 3-4 minutes to start. In paid tier, it takes 2 minutes to start. Once it has started, you can go to Jupyter Notebook. So over time, we are adding more features to this whole ecosystem of online programming cloud. So this way, you don't have to worry about any local software installation like Jupyter or Anaconda, or go with the limitations of Google Colab. So because Colab doesn't have storage, we give you storage here, and many pre-configured project notebooks. From classic notebook interface, I can see all these pre-configured projects here from SageMaker. I can jump to Jupyter Lab, as I said. So Jupyter Lab is more sophisticated version of notebook, and it has a more complex interface, slightly more complex interface. Any questions so far? I can go back to classic view if I want. So here I am doing my usual notebook programming the way we do in Jupyter. So you have all the usual Jupyter buttons here, and you also have the various interfaces here. I can change the kernel if I want. There are various ready-made kernels supported, right? MXNet, PyTorch, TensorFlow. I can start deep learning ML projects, and I can choose to run it the way we run it. So this is a demonstration of classes and objects, so object-oriented programming in Python. Any questions so far? While we are at it, let me also show you the CellStrat AI platform. Right, so this is our AI platform where we have developed health tech AI applications so far, and we are developing new products here. So this is also on our Amazon cloud, though this is a different platform than the CellStrat Hub. Hub is an online programming cloud, whereas this is our product platform. So, but both are on our AWS cloud, but they are two different systems. In future, we have a plan to launch from this hub. We are creating a AI application app store where our students can launch projects just like an app store and showcase it on a showcase portal. So somewhere here there will be a showcase portal added, which where you can showcase your project, just like an app store kind of environment. Okay. So this health tech you are familiar with. I have demonstrated this before, and our product team is developing more and more products here. So this is a different system than CellStrat Hub, though. Any questions? So the rationale for developing this platform is because whenever we get a new student, either a grown up or a kid, we teach kids also, as you know, Python and AI now. We we would help them install Anaconda or Jupyter Notebook on their computer, which was a very tedious process. And sometimes the hardware and software would not be compatible, and we'll get stuck, and we have to spend a lot of hours installing Anaconda, stabilizing it on a student's computer. So it was a very tedious task. So we said, why can't we have a simple online programming interface? And that was the rationale for creating this CellStrat Hub platform. And here you can come, create a login, start an instance, open notebook, and start programming. No local installation needed. Only thing is you need connected internet. If you are working offline, this system won't work. This works in when you're connected to the internet. It's on the cloud. Okay. So any comments or questions? I hope you like this system and we'll start utilizing it. So that's about it, what I can think of for today's session. It was a very small webinar to introduce our new hub platform. Already we are seeing many people are using our hub. Many of our students and AI lab members are using, and even external public is beginning to use. So we have created a very simple online programming environment. Any questions, comments, or anything you want to discuss today? Times are really unusual, but our learning continues. We continue to conduct so many webinars. IT industry is fortunately isolated from the miseries other industries are facing. Technology industries are still doing really well. And so we are fortunate enough to be on this side of the table in terms of careers and jobs. But many other industries are facing severe upheaval. And all we can do is, provide support where we can. So from CellStrat side, we are launching a free Python bootcamp for stay-at-home women or teachers who want to learn Python programming. So the idea is to groom a very large workforce of Python developers. So this is not our usual training. This will be a large population boot camp every Sunday morning India time. But tomorrow we are launching a free Python boot camp for teachers and, let's say, housewives, to enable them to become Python developers, and then some of them we could even hire into CellStrat if they do well, because I have a growing kids division where we need more and more Python teachers. So any other comments or questions for today, folks? We can have an open discussion now. I hope everybody is doing well. No comments? I hope all of your family and near and dear ones are safe. In India, it's particularly terrible right now. A lot of fatalities and casualties all around. Okay, so if there are no comments or questions, that was the end of the session. So have a very good day. Stay safe and please